Welcome to Faith-Led Healing with Tammy Trayer, Integrative Health Practitioner and Certified Breathworker. Tammy's passion is to help people take their life and health into their own hands so they can live their best life ever. Imagine having the energy to fulfill your dreams and create the life you desire. Rebalance your body by removing the stresses and toxicity and start healing. Listen as Tammy guides you along the healthy path with the Lord leading the way.
Hey, my friends, welcome to Faith-Led Healing. I am your host, Tammy Trayer, and today is episode number 56, and we are going to talk about viewing life through reliable lenses. And I have a cohort today. I am joined with a co-host today, my son, Austin. So I'm super excited about this. So welcome to the show. This may be a one-time thing. This could be a forever thing.
Yeah, it could.
He and I have an amazing connection. He's got a great story also, which, you know what, maybe next week we will go in a little bit to your testimony because with what you've experienced, I'm sure that there are audience members and community members that may have children or are personally dealing with very similar things. So that's what next week's topic is going to be. We're going to interview Austin. Got that planned already.
Didn't even ask.
You're going to find we have a good interaction here. Would you like to be on my show next week and may I interview you?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Next time ask though.
Yeah, funny. Okay. So I want to encourage all of you that are listening today to ask your questions, whether it's on faith or Christianity or spirituality, whether it's on health and wellness, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical, whether it's in regard to a supplement or a protocol, life. If you want to know something deeper and about myself or Austin or my family, we would love to field your questions. And that's what we are going to be doing today is fielding a question. But if you do have questions, you can either ask them in the community, if you're a member of the community, or you can email me at podcast@faithledhealing.com. And we would love more than ever to be able to answer your questions, eliminate your need for research, and just be able to give you the content that you're sincerely looking for, and just continue to grow in being able to expand what we're talking about and again, what your needs are. So today I had a really awesome question asked of last week's show on our YouTube channel last night. And I did respond to that question on YouTube, but I thought, what a great question. And I'd really like to be able to answer that on the air. And because I'm sure others are wondering the same thing. And also just to expand on my thoughts on it. So Austin, would you mind reading that question from Jason?
Mm-hmm. Why leave if you have a great homestead already? None of us know what's ahead. Good luck day to day. The world is changing everywhere.
Exactly. So that's really, in my opinion, that's giving me a multitude of areas to touch on. But let me share with you why we are selling our homestead. It has been, and I'm also going to correlate this all with our health because, again, the title is Viewing Life Through Reliable Lenses. And with the last thing that Jason said, the world is changing everywhere, and it is. And we have a choice to view that out of fear or out of faith. And I don't embrace anything with fear. Fear is a negative connotation. It's a four-letter superlative in my opinion, and I don't give fear weight. I don't have fear. I don't own fear. I don't react to fear. But I know that much of the world does. And our world circumstances can easily bring that into place. So with that being said, our life dream has been, for my husband and I, to go to Alaska. And when Austin was 13 and we embarked on our journey to Idaho, and we lived in a wall tent for 8.5 months while we built our homestead, we would have headed to Alaska if we knew that he was ready for such a deep dive and a deep jump into sustainable and living and preparedness. And so we took it in stages. And we are embracers. When we have a dream, we know that Papa wants to bless us with the desires of our heart. Not always are our desires in line with his will, but it is his desire to bless our dreams and our prayers. On the same token, it is our desire to be sure that we are walking in his will. So we always present our dreams and our desires to Papa, and we are seeking him out to be certain that we are walking in his will. We test things. This is our dream. If it's your will for us and you are willing to grant us this amazing dream, would you please open the doors? And if it's not for us, we ask that you make it crumble. And Austin can be a testament to this, that is how we've done everything for forever, is that we put it before Papa. And I will say this, there was a time where we weren't as easily content with his response when he didn't open the doors the way we desired. But through my healing journey, that changed everything.
Yeah.
So there were times where we would be saddened when the doors didn't open the way we wanted them to, or things crumbled even though we asked them to. We were a little distraught, a little unhappy with that. But now, are you seeing the difference too?
Yeah.
Okay. We are true to our word. We praise him now. We will praise him if we don't end up in Alaska, but the doors are opening. We had another showing yesterday, and people are super, super excited. So it is our dream, and we are embracing it because it's our dream. And it doesn't, in our minds, it doesn't matter whether we are in good times or bad times. Something else Jason said was, we don't know, how did he word it? None of
us know what's ahead.
Okay, and that's true.
Good luck day by day.
Right. So we don't know. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So many people, because of the uncertainty, stay put. They hold tight. They're fearful to make change or to embrace anything new, waiting to see what's going to happen. And I get that, and no shame in that. I'm not shaming anybody, but I want to share my perspective. And Austin can also attest to this, that, and he's lived this out. When you hear Austin's testimony next week, you will be able to understand how he lives and has lived this same scenario out. We could be waiting for forever for things in our world to change. And we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So my perspective is to live today to its absolute fullest, because I'm not promised tomorrow. And I already lived that out. I almost didn't have tomorrow. And he witnessed that with me, that I almost didn't have tomorrow. But we've been living this mindset out all along. I was thinking about that this morning, knowing we were going to talk about this. Austin's, well, you share. What is your favorite Bible verse?
With God, all things are possible.
Exactly. And you want to look that up. That is Matthew 19:26. Matthew 19:26. And it's,
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, and I'm pretty certain Matthew 19:26, and there's also, it's in the Bible multiple times in different places and referenced in different places. So, but that is one that sticks in my mind. That is what this man has lived out in his life, is that with God all things are possible. And that's the same perspective in this scenario, is that God is our rock and our foundation. He is for us. He can change everything in a heartbeat. He knows the desires of our heart. So we present that to him all the time, and we live in the expectancy, not that we deserve it, not at all that we deserve it, but that he's capable of it, and that he can make anything happen. And so we don't leave any stones unturned, because I've already experienced that I didn't almost have tomorrow. I don't want to be in a place where I say, I wish I would have, could have, should have. And my guess is you don't want to do that either.
No.
And we seem reckless to a lot of people because of us being embracers. And we don't care if something that we're looking to do is simple and simplistic, or if it's really radical. It doesn't matter. If it's something that we desire to achieve or experience or try, we just go for it. I don't wait for things to be perfect, because that's in
Not
your
likely to happen.
right. And you've experienced that over and over again in just our life, and everybody else has too. We all have circumstances, we all have experiences. Things just don't, it's not, it's more often that things don't line up than that they do line up perfectly. And we need to be able to embrace life, enjoy life. And we are called to fear not 365 times in the Bible. That's one for every day. To fear not. I'm going to ask you a very forward question. Do you experience fear still?
Not as much.
Okay. Do you attribute that to anything specific?
No.
Okay. But you did once have a lot of fears. Okay. So it can be overcome.
Yeah.
Not just through medical situations or life-changing, threatening situations, but
it can happen with a normal day thing.
Okay. So would you say, from your experience, that that comes from a mind shift or something else?
A mind shift.
Your perspective, how you view things.
Yep.
Does it take creating a habit?
Sometimes and sometimes not.
Okay. And that would be, in my opinion, the sometimes not would be just that God's taking over and growing you. So here's an example of a scenario for you guys just to ponder. And this is just one of many things that we could utilize, is that during the Great Depression, there were people that were in a very fearful place, just like today, that they're in the worst case scenario, things will never change, don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And then there were also people, visionaries, people with a different perspective, probably back then referred to wearing the pink shady glasses and going to throw it all away in other people's perspective. Yet there were people that had vision, that saw opportunities, that that wanted something different in life. And even though it was grim and it didn't look good, they embraced it. And they were successful. And I'm using that as an example because regardless if you are a visionary or not, we can see opportunities in any circumstance. And I'm talking about all this on the Faith-Led Healing podcast because in our health and wellness, if we live out of a place of unreliable lenses that we can't ever heal, that we will never get better, what are your thoughts on that? Where are they going to end up? Will they get better?
Depends how they do things.
Well, if they have that mentality and it never changes and they stay in that place,
they'll just go downhill. They'll not ever come back up.
Right. So, reliable lenses would be seeing the good in your circumstance, enjoying the moment, because the moment is all you got right now. We aren't promised tomorrow, right? Just like Jason said, we aren't promised tomorrow. And I see so many people in healing journeys viewing the world through unreliable lenses. I'm not saying the wrong lenses, because I don't want to shame anybody. We all need to grow from the places we are. Some people choose to grow from the places we are. Others choose to stay stuck and wallow in that place. And that is a fact. And if you're shamed, be shamed, because you do have a choice to pull yourself out of that place. Regardless where you're at, I promise you, you need to view, even if it's second by second, because I know that there are people out there, I've been working with some, that their lives have been really miserable. They've been in a really bad place. They're in a really low place. And to go day by day is not doable. Hour by hour, still not doable. Their bodies are unreliable. Things are happening. They can go second by second, and then they can choose to go minute by minute. And as the minutes get better, they can choose to go 15 minutes, half hour, hour. Keep increasing, keep bettering, keep improving until they can go by day. You need to be, everybody's in different places, and there's no shame in that. We are all in different places, but you do have the choice to improve and change the lenses you're looking out of. See the sunshine. Be excited because you woke up today with a little less pain, or you woke up today. You know, it all comes down to cup full, cup empty, got a cup. And here's the other thing. Can you read that? Do you see that? This is a new gift. I am wearing my Jesus sneakers today. I can do this on here. I got my Jesus sneakers on. And I've got my Jesus hat on. That was gifted to me this weekend. Thank you, Ken. It says you all need a little Jesus. You all need Jesus, a little more Jesus. And we do. We all need a little more Jesus. Because if we're stuck wallowing and we can't get out of that place, truly, it is with his help that we can. When we are weak, he is strong. When we feel it's impossible, he says it's possible through him. Change your lenses. Change your lenses. And don't be afraid to embrace your dreams, regardless what the world looks like. Because even in an unstable world, Papa can open the doors. Papa can make things happen that the world says can't happen. And that's also the reason why during the Great Depression, I believe doors were opening for some and not for others. Because people were planting their feet in the cornerstone and trusting God to guide them and to lead them. And they were chasing him, just like I am, hanging on to the little tassels at the bottom of his robe hem. Austin can tell you my feet are flailing a lot around here, aren't they? They are. Even yesterday when we were walking through the clear cut and there were sticks and stuff tripping me up, my feet were flailing.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
You do it a lot when you're tripping over stuff.
I do. I'm chasing though. I'm racing and I'm having a good time. Is it often that you don't see me not having a good time?
Not often, but it happens every once in
It
a while.
does. You know why? I'm human, just like the rest.
Yep.
So it's good for you to attest that I am human, but my feet are flailing and I am chasing him and I am having a good time in life. And you see me smiling like this and saying the things I do every week. He hears the same thing on a regular basis. I love life. I love life through these lenses. I don't want anything to ever make me feel like I can't accomplish the dreams on my heart. And I want you guys to learn how to feel that and to embrace that. So, Jason, honestly, thank you for asking that question because it was so there were so many levels to that question. And it makes me happy to share, as you can see, and Austin will attest. I am excited like this all the time. There's an eagle flying out there in the clear cut. I just squirrel. They see me
You
squirrel.
definitely squirrel.
I did. They see me squirrel
A
all the
little
time.
too much.
Last week I was down at the $1 Million View recording and Edward was behind me and I squirreled. So I
Sounds
do.
like you.
That's me.
You squirrel a lot.
I do. I love life. I love life. I enjoy life. And I don't want to miss those moments. And, you know, I want to share these moments with you. This is just a testament to my character, a testament to the way I live life, and that I do practice what I preach. And I want to encourage you guys, if you are living out of lenses of fear right now and lenses of maybe feeling like you have an inability to embrace the things you desire to because things aren't perfect or the world isn't right, don't let those things stop you, right?
Yeah.
Austin will share with you where he would be if he would have let those things stop him next week because he's got a great story, a great story. And I do agree with you. I think this will be a constant. He will be probably joining me on a very regular, if not regular basis as my co-host because this makes for really good conversation and perspective, and we can read your questions. So please send them in. We couldn't have too many because we will hit them in every different direction and every way we can. If we get too many for on the podcast, there's a lot of different arenas we can be answering your questions. But we appreciate.
Sounds like you're talking about baseball.
It did a little bit, didn't it? It wasn't though. We'll hit it out of the park. Like I said, you'll see our connection here and also our humor. So I really appreciate you guys joining us this week. Austin, I enjoy you taking time to join me on this. And we would just like to wish you guys a good rest of your week. If you aren't in the community with us, please get in there, faithledhealing.com/community, because we want to get to know you as well. This is so one-sided, and I want to get to know you too. So join us. Send in your questions. podcast@faithledhealing.com, and enjoy the rest of your week. We look forward to sharing Austin's story with you next week. So take care, and God bless.
God bless.
Thank you for joining us on Faith-Led Healing, where every day is one step closer to your best life ever. We hope you enjoyed the show and encourage you to join us at faithledhealing.com. Connect with us on your favorite podcast app and be sure to leave us a review. Remember, your best life is just down the path, the Faith-Led Healing path.